Hey guys, it's Anna and welcome to my channel. Today I am so freaking excited to bring you today's video. We are going to be testing out a brand new drugstore brand. Brand new drugstore brand? Yeah, that makes sense. It is called COL-LAB Beauty, and it was actually created by, I believe, 8 YouTubers, like beauty gurus, influencers. They all came together and created an affordable makeup brand. And I just think that's the coolest idea. My expectations for these products were like through the roof because these people like literally review products for a living. So I just had a feeling that there were going to be some holy grails in this collection. So if you want to find out what I thought about the products, if you want to see a full face of first impressions, full face of COL-LAB Beauty, go ahead and keep watching. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I am so excited to try out these products. I have very, very, very high hopes about these. So like hopefully all goes well. So starting off with the eyes, I'm taking the No Flaws Liquid Concealer in the shade Beige Tan. It's actually quite like a hefty little tube. It kind of reminds me of like the Tarte Shape Tape with how like big it is. But the applicator kind of looks like a lip applicator. It's very like thin, slightly slanted, like a little doe foot applicator. Go ahead and put this on. It doesn't feel too thick, which is nice. So this is the little eyeshadow I picked up. I think this is beautiful. It's giving me major modern renaissance vibes. Like, what do you guys think? This is the Palette Pro eyeshadow palette in the shade Best of the Day. So first I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this creamy shade right here. And with a big fluffy brush, I'm just gonna set down that concealer. And then for my transition, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this nice like camel brown shade. And I'm just applying this with the Morphe M505 brush. This is my go-to like transition shade brush. I use this literally every single time I do my makeup. I'm really impressed so far. Like, they feel so soft and like buttery in the pan. That looks so good. Like, that literally just took a few seconds to blend out. So next up, I'm gonna go ahead and take this beautiful like matte deep orange. So I'm gonna start to apply that kind of in my crease and then start to just put it in the outer corners of my lid and then kind of halfway, midway as well. That is so beautiful. These are blending out so nicely. They're kind of doing like all the work for me. I really don't have to try this. So next up, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this beautiful chocolate brown. And I'm just picking this up on a small defining crease brush, a little itty bitty guy. And I'm tapping off a lot because these are actually like decently pigmented. Honestly, I think these are at the perfect pigmentation because they're not so overwhelming. You can go in like with a whole bunch of pigment if you don't tap off like the excess product, or if you want a really light hand, tap it off and it just applies it beautifully. They blend so nicely. So I'm just applying that to my outer V, slowly building this up. And then I'm just barely gonna go over that with a clean fluffy brush just to continue smoking it out. Literally not much at all. Like, that looks really good. What I'm liking about these a lot is that when I'm blending the shadows, it's not blending the color away. I find often with drugstore makeup, when you are blending, it takes away a lot of that color and you're constantly having to like reapply, blend. And with this, it's kind of just like apply, blend, and go. And now for kind of all over the lid, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this gold shade. And I'm gonna give it a little 1-2. Oh my gosh, that is pigmented, you guys. I mean, I'm sure wetting the brush like helps a bit. So I'm just packing that on. And then when I come to this section where it kind of meets with that dark brown, I'm gonna be lightly like flicking the excess gold product on my brush in that direction, but I'm not gonna be packing it on. So I think it's no surprise that I am in love with this palette. This is literally $17, and I have NYX eyeshadow palettes that are more expensive than this, and this is beyond better than them. I had no issues whatsoever with any of the shades. I loved every single one I used today. This is a high-end formula, you guys. And to be honest, I even prefer this formula to some high-end formulas that I've tried before. Like, this is freakishly good. So if you want an affordable eyeshadow palette, you have to pick this up. And if you're looking for an affordable dupe of the Modern Renaissance palette, like this looks so similar to it. It's not just like a color dupe, but like, oh, the shadows are like subpar. Like, no, these are so good. So for my primer, I picked up the Fundamental Hydrating Primer. They also have like a redness controlling one, a radiant one, and a smoothing one. Ooh, it's like clear, but like slightly tinted blue. Has like a super hydrating primer, gel-like consistency. It feels really nice on the skin. Doesn't have a scent to it. My skin feels so much better. I have quite dry skin, for those of you guys who didn't know. Just brought back all the hydration I need. So the foundation I decided to pick up is the Radiant Foundation. They also have a skin tint and they also have a matte foundation. So this is the Bright Spark Radiant Foundation in the shade Beige. Has a nice pump with it. That's always good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on the back of my hand. They didn't have the best color range, not gonna lie. So hopefully this matches me okay. So, ooh, look at that coverage, you guys. Wait, what? I was like half expecting to be like medium light coverage. I mean, dang. So this is what the foundation is looking like after one layer. I think it honestly looks beautiful. Has good coverage. It's not like full coverage, but like decent medium coverage. Like, it looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and do a second layer, not that I need it, but just to kind of like test out to see how it layers on top of each other. And it's like a beautiful radiance to the skin. Like, it makes me look so like youthful and fresh. I love it, but I definitely do like want my T-zone to be matte, which we will do a little bit later. It doesn't really look like it's adding more coverage a second layer, but it is building on top of itself so nicely. It kind of just looks like it's sinking into the skin, one with the skin. It is definitely more of a watery formula. It's very lightweight and hydrating on the skin. So going in with that concealer again, I'm gonna go ahead and conceal my under eyes. Well, that's basically the same exact color as a foundation, so I don't know how much that's gonna do for me. They had several different formulas of concealers as well. I was so impressed by the variety. They had like a matte, super full coverage, like pot concealer. They have this one. They had like a pen concealer, which is supposed to be more highlighting, and then they also had a stick concealer. So they have so many different choices for everyone's preferences. Well, I'm definitely gonna need to pick up a lighter concealer shade. Like, as you can see, the tube is a lot lighter than underneath my eyes, but I love that this formula. It feels so lightweight and hydrating underneath the eyes. Like, it doesn't look cakey or bad at all. So if you have really dry skin, like, this is amazing. So far, of course, like, I don't know how it lasts yet. I picked up this massive pot of loose setting powder. Like, this is so big. Like, this is a decent size. This is the Set the Stage Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder. I got mine in the shade Porcelain Ivory. They didn't have like a translucent powder. They just had like colored ones. So this is the one that I thought would be best for me. All of the other ones looked pretty dark or like peachy colored. Oh, would you look at that? They have a little sponge in here. Or sponge? What is this called? Like a little, it's like a cushion. We'll just say like it's a little powder cushion. So maybe I'll just try it with this thing. Like, why not? So, oh, this is such an awkward angle to hold it at to like show you guys, but then like, ugh, I'm so weird. Maybe this is more used for like all over your face. Yeah. Let's go ahead and set the T-zone because that can be matte. I don't want that looking radiant, so we're just gonna set that down. I mean, so far it's looking okay. It's not leaving like a funky like white cast on my face. It's not like tinting my foundation as far as I can tell so far. So go ahead and pat this on my chin, around my smile lines. This is a really good job of mattifying the skin. Like, that looks so good, but it doesn't make my skin look dry at all. Like, honestly, this looks so good on the skin, and normally with powders, they really dry me out and I just kind of look like a desert on my face, but this looks so good. It's like a beautiful, like, satin matte. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. So now I'm finally setting the under eye. I'm so impressed. Like, I'm so used to powders making me look dry, but this doesn't make me look dry in the slightest. The only thing that can make this powder even better is just to make sure that there's no creasing throughout the day and it just like has everything staying in place, but I obviously can't test that today because this is just like a first impressions. This is less drying than my RCMA no color powder, and that is specifically made for people with dry skin. But this is better in terms of how drying it looks on my skin. Like, what? And for my all over face powder, I have here the Kill the Shine pressed powder in the shade Ivory Sand. So I'm gonna open this up. This is what it looks like. And then it also has a little mirror in here and a little sponge. So I'm just gonna dabble in here. I will say I am loving this powder as well. Also does not make me look dry in the slightest. Literally just makes my skin look like skin, which is what we all want. And that powder, without a doubt, definitely added more coverage as well. Not like an insane amount, but it definitely did add like an extra boost of coverage. So I think it's time that we apply some brows. I'm kind of sick of having none. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Shape and Shade brow pencil. This is in the shade Taupe. So we have a spoolie on this end, and this end kind of has like a triangle shape. They had another brow pencil that was more of like the defined brow pencil where it's just like a super thin little like application deal. So let's go ahead and brush these up. I will say that they had a lot of shade choices for the brow, so that's awesome. Huh, okay. It's very creamy. No, I don't know if I like this. It's like gluing my brow hairs down. Like it's a very, very creamy formula. Oh yikes, I don't know if I like this. No. I don't like my brow pencils to be too dry, and I don't like them this creamy. Like literally my brow hairs are like plastered onto my face right now. It's pigmented, like without a doubt, like just a few strokes, like definitely has all the pigment there, which is good. But even brushing through my brows, it's like really difficult for my hairs to actually look like hairs again because it's literally just like stuck to my face. Please excuse my brows. I tried taking the Brow-Wiz to fix up certain spots, but I couldn't because my brows literally feel heavy on my face right now. It feels like I just took a glue stick and just rubbed it all over. And yeah, with the Brow-Wiz, I tried fixing up certain spots and I couldn't because it literally just like kept like skipping on my skin and like sticking to certain spots. Like it is so hard to work with. Like just no. Alright, so moving on to the face products. This is the Sun Obsession Sculpting Bronzer, and this is in the shade Major. They only had this shade and then one a bit lighter. The other one looked too light for my skin tone, so they do have some options, but you might be in a bit of trouble if you do have a deeper skin tone. So even though this is called like the Sun Obsession Sculpting Bronzer, like there's no like shine or glitter in here. It's still like a matte bronzer, just in case you guys were wondering about that name. Oh man, the amount of like powder is insane. I'm gonna go ahead and use this to contour first. It has like insane pigmentation, like especially after tapping all of that off. All right, so let's see what this thing is all about. Looking good so far. Like I really like the shade. It's really good for contouring and bronzing. It's like that perfect in-between color. All right, so I'm a little bit conflicted because honestly, I think the bronzer looks beautiful on my face. Very natural, blended out very easily. But for some reason, on this side of my face, it's looking very ashy to me, like almost gray in this spot. But it doesn't on this cheek, so I don't really know what happened there. I've been blending out this section for a while with like a clean like powder brush, but it just doesn't seem to be like doing anything now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this same powder again, and I'm just gonna like sculpt underneath the cheekbones, and hopefully that can just like help a little bit. It's not gonna change the color, but it will just sharpen it up a bit. So for my blush, I picked up the Soft Spot Sheer Blush in the shade Just for Fun. This is a beautiful like muted mauve. It is so beautiful. beautiful, like almost has like a hint of like a cool tone vibe to it. I think it's so wearable, like perfect for like any look. This isn't as powdery as the bronzer. Oh, it's pigmented. That's really pretty though. So moving on to highlight, I picked up the Filter Highlighting Powder. This is in the shade Uncensored. It's a beautiful champagne color. It has like a hint of a peachiness to it. So let's hide that side of my face for a minute and let's do the other side. It's probably gonna look like way better because it actually has like the appropriate contour. Like, look at that. That is so pretty and blinding, and it doesn't look like it's giving like a white stripe or cast or anything like that when it looks straightforward, so I'm really enjoying this. Check it out. Dang. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use this for the tip of my nose. This has a lot of powder fallout, just like the bronzer. Just something to note. Like an absurd amount. It's literally like going everywhere, and I've just used this once, but maybe it's like it is a very like soft formula. Like, look at that. That is pigmented. Like, oof. Dang, girl. So I want to go ahead and finish up the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and take this orange again. This is going underneath the lower lash line. I'm going to be smoking this like pretty far down because I'm going to add that chocolate shade again, and I'm just really focusing that like where the actual lashes grow, and then I'm just connecting it with the brown that's on our lid, and then I'm just picking up this shade right here to highlight. And I didn't notice this before because when I applied it all over the lid, like I thought it was a matte shade, but looking at it super up close, there's just a few tiny little sparkles in there, unless that is from fallout from this shade. I don't think so though, like I'm pretty sure. It almost has like a bit of a sheen to it. It's not matte and it's not shimmer. So I'm just applying that underneath here. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply this in the inner corner as well. So for my mascara, I have the Balm Explosive Volume Mascara, and this claims to boost lash volume. They have like 4 different mascaras to choose from. They all claim to do different things. Danger, explosive volume ahead. All right, let's see. Ooh, I actually love this packaging. It's like matte black and that has some like purple accents. I freaking love that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a peek at the wand. Ooh, it looks promising. Oh my gosh, like already off the bat, it's like completely separating my lashes. Good news right there. It's a very thin formula. It's not clumpy in the slightest, but I do think I'm gonna have to go in with a few layers because of that. This is seriously coating every single lash and separating them like amazingly. All right, so this is 3 layers of the mascara built up. I never put on 3 layers, I always do 2, but this is a very, very thin formula, so it definitely takes longer to apply than my other mascaras. I don't see any crazy explosive volume, but they still look good. I will say that this is the best mascara I have ever used in terms of separating my lashes. It looks so light and honestly very natural, which like obviously as a blonde, you're not gonna have like dark black lashes, but for some reason they look so natural and beautiful. I really love the mascara. So for my lips, I picked up the Full Body Lipstick. This is a satin finish and this is in the shade Type A, so it's a really pretty nude, should go with this look very nicely. And they have a few different lip products besides these. They have glosses, they have these lip like crayon looking things, they have liquid lipsticks, but I did pick up this one because this is the only like nude shade that I saw. Even like the liquid lipsticks, the glosses, like every other formula didn't have like a flat out nude. Like they were mauve-y colors, which were like the lightest ones, and I didn't really think a mauve would look best with this eye makeup, so this is what I picked up. Is like anything coming off? What? Where the heck is the color? This literally looks like nothing on my lips. I'm gonna take some of this like off just to get rid of like any foundation on my lips, and we're gonna go ahead and try this again. Please excuse my ridiculously dry lips. It's so bad. It's so dry in California right now. I'm literally drinking so much water, applying lotion every single freaking day, and yeah, chapstick every 5 seconds, but nothing is helping. It's so bad. Let's see, how many times does Anna need to go in before I get color? I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it really quick. Oh yeah, there's like barely anything showing up. So I don't know why they're claiming that this is a satin finish, because this is definitely a sheer. I'm so disappointed with this. Honestly, it feels really nice on the lips, like especially because they're so dehydrated right now. This is a very creamy and hydrating and comfortable. It's not sticky. It feels so nice, like so luxurious on the lips. But I'm not about to apply a lipstick literally 30 times in a row for it to show up, so pass. All right, you guys, so those are all the products. Oh, dang. Alright, you guys, so those are all the products I have to test out for today. They have so many more products. It's ridiculous. Like, they really came out with a bang. I'm so impressed. Genuinely, like, I love the makeup that they came out with. Like, I feel like almost every single product that I tried out today was like holy grail status, like mind-blowing, like wow, this is so good. I think they nailed the formula on these things. The only things that I am not too happy about, actually very not happy about, is the lip product and the brows. I honestly, like, I do have faith in the bronzer. I think it looks beautiful. For some reason, this side just really didn't do it for me today. It's possible that I just went in with a bit of a heavy hand today and I need to go a bit lighter. I have found that not all bronzers work the same. How about that? So I still have faith in it because it did work beautifully around the rest of my face, but I'll continue to use it, play around with it. Of course, I'll let you guys know how it goes. I think the creators did an amazing job. I'm so proud of them. I think it's such a freaking cool idea that all these YouTubers like came together and created affordable makeup brands that literally is the quality of like freaking high end. I'm so wowed by these products. I think you guys need to check it out. I think you guys need to check it out. And it's so affordable and it acts high end. Again, they have this makeup line sold at Sally Beauty stores and they also have it online. So that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give this one a massive thumbs up and make sure to subscribe down below if you want to see me in any more videos. I would appreciate it so much. I hope you guys are all doing well and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!